Hi guys, this is Dr. Cho again. This is going to be a different episode, meaning we're not going to be doing just about practice specifically. We're going to actually talk a little bit more about productivity hacks. So these are tips and tricks that I picked up over the years from experience, from books, and from colleagues. So let's get started. Number one, auto shipping. So you guys probably already do this in your personal life, but let's try to apply it to our professional life. Basically, when you're running a practice, there are some disposables that do get replaced very frequently, and it would be a real bother if you didn't have it. So for example, let's use paper towels. In our office, we use paper towels pretty frequently. We have it in our patient bathrooms, the doctor, employee bathrooms, and the exam room, and also the kitchen. So what we did at the beginning was basically we created a Google sheet, and then we wrote down all the inventory that we used that was disposable and needed to be repurchased. And then we put dates on when we needed them. We also put in the quantity that we ordered initially and how many of that units came in that shipment. So basically what we found after doing this for a few months was that we needed to get a shipment of paper towels every month. And so what we did was we set it up on Amazon and we did the auto ship, and you can, I forget the name of it. Oh yeah, subscription. So subscribe and save. And basically every month we get a new shipment of paper towels. The key thing though is to make sure you do your due diligence at the beginning. Try to find the best value for your money. It doesn't always have to be Amazon. It can also be from Costco, Walmart, Target, wherever it is. They typically have an auto ship option. So you want to do all of your research at the beginning, find where it's the most best value to purchase things, and then go ahead and set it. We typically check it every 6 months to a year to make sure that all the prices that we're receiving are at the best value, and then we'll change it if we find it somewhere else for a better deal. But auto shipping has been a huge time saver, and you never have to be without the product that you need. Number two is to think before responding to your important emails. Now, I'm not talking about the quick ones where you just need to answer yes or no. I'm talking more about important emails. These are emails of, let's say, for example, a project that you're working on that you can't just do like a knee-jerk reaction response to. You usually have to take into account the overall picture of what you're working on to make a good response to it. What happens is if you're just doing like a knee-jerk reaction response email, you're actually potentially creating a longer chain of emails because number one, you didn't really clarify your answers well. Number two, you didn't take into account the overall project, and you can change your mind or response later, which actually turns into a longer conversation. Whereas if you just kind of thought of everything and then put a very thoughtful answer to it, then that can save a lot of time. Number three is don't be a multitasker. So I know a lot of people pride themselves in being a multitasker, me being one of them. But actually, there was a study from Stanford University that showed that most people aren't multitaskers. Basically, all you're doing is shifting your focus between one task to another very quickly. And so it's not really multitasking like we thought was doable before. So basically, try not to do too many things at once. Just focus your energy on doing one task at a time and then move on to the next one very quickly. I actually did find that it's very helpful because then you put 100% of your focus, and kind of tying into the previous tip, you don't have to go back to correct something. Number four is the 2-minute rule. So what is the 2-minute rule? Basically, if there's something that you can do, like a task, under 2 minutes, just do it. When you have something that you kind of procrastinate on and you delegate it for a later time, you're actually kind of wasting time because once you get to that time later, you kind of have to put yourself back in your mindset, and then it might take more time to do it. And also you kind of build up this like, I don't want to do it, like a dreading feeling. It's actually easier if you just get it done right away and don't have to worry about it later. So it does save time in the long run. Number five is a time playlist. And to be honest, actually, I haven't done this, but I'm kind of very excited to do this starting tonight. I read in a book basically for any routine. So for example, your morning routine. So personally, I wake up, get the girls ready, and then I get myself ready, and then I pack their lunch, and then I make their breakfast, and then we're out the door. So it usually takes about 40 to 50 minutes max. Otherwise, they would be late. So the morning routine, when I'm getting myself ready, it typically takes about 15 minutes. And so the idea behind this is that you would create a music playlist that is about 15 minutes. And the idea is to listen to that same playlist every morning. And so audibly, you're warned when your time is slowly getting expired. So yeah, I'm really excited to do that. The reasoning behind it is that it's not visual, so no matter what, you're constantly hearing your timer. Whereas, let's say if you had like a clock, you'd have to constantly check it to see where you were to gauge how much time you had left. But sometimes you get so caught up doing something, you forget to check the time, and then that's when you're like, oh my goodness, I'm late, that kind of stuff. So I think this is a really cool hack. Number 6 is having a personal day. What do I mean by personal day? Basically, this is a day that you're going to put in all the errands that you need to run, all the tasks that you've been neglecting at home, whether it be cleaning, organizing, just anything that's miscellaneous, that's not related to business. Go ahead and dump and plan it on this personal day. Personally, I do like half a day every 2 weeks, and that's when I'll kind of catch up on laundry. I'll do some light cleaning, I'll run errands, I'll do school stuff for my kids, whether it be volunteering or something like that. So just have a set day where you're doing all your personal stuff. That way it doesn't overwhelm you, and it's not like a constant stress in the back of your mind. And you know how it's like when you're trying to put out fires. It's better if you take care of it ahead of time. Number 7 is to get sleep. This one is not going to surprise anybody. Everybody knows that getting enough sleep is really good for everything. Health, your diet, just not being a cranky person and being a pleasurable person to be around.